What is happening, y'all? Welcome back to another glorious episode of Foodies and Friends on Fox Local, y'all. We know what is happening in Houston today. It is a very, very important eve. It's an eve. It's not the actual day, but we are on the eve of menus going live for Houston Restaurant Weeks 2025. This is a hugely anticipated day here in Houston. Over the last 22 years, dining out and doing good brings people together. Unlike any other city in the world, y'all, we have the tastiest city. We have the most charitable city, and we've got some elites too. We are at Le Jardinier. They are returning for their second year in Houston Restaurant Weeks. Y'all crushed it last year.
We did.
You had an amazing year. This is Chef Felipe Botero. This is the COO of the Bastion Collection, DeLeon Pinto. Welcome to the show. Thank y'all so much for letting us be here. And thank you again for participating in Houston Restaurant Weeks. Are you excited, Chef?
I mean, it's an honor to be part of the food scene in Houston and to give back to the community. I think that's what feels the most. And, you know, we're not just feeding the people over here. We're just feeding a bunch of people in Houston just through a plate of food.
Yeah, and it really does speak to the roots of Houston Restaurant Weeks. My mother, Cleverly Stone, created this event to help the restaurants through a slow period, but also to support the food bank. And you know what? Her biggest goal in the event was getting Houstonians to recognize the incredible cuisine in Houston. So many different cultures, so many different fine dining, fast casual, everything is here. And so bringing so many new Houstonians to Le Jardinier for their first time, y'all. This was my first time during Houston Restaurant Week, right? You probably saw a lot of new diners last year. Yeah,
we did. I mean, I think we did such a great job, you know, for our first year. Yeah. We're very excited for this year. You know, we try never to say no to our guests. So there is always that, you know, making sure that we're holding up the standards, the quality, but at the same time, be able to cater as many people we can. So we did a pretty good job.
And it's an amazing experience because this restaurant is located inside the museum here in Houston Museum of Fine Arts. Beautiful, beautiful windows and outside tables. Sculpture garden. Right. Just a very, very picturesque place to spend an afternoon and feed people at the same time. All right, let's go on over to the foodie cam. We've got a lot of dishes to show you on the exclusive preview for Le Jardinier's Houston Restaurant Weeks menu. It's a $55 menu, and yes, they have $55 appetizers on the menu during the rest of the year, but you're getting a great dining deal here, and you are feeding a Houstonian in need. All right, Chef, you're up. What are we looking at?
Okay, well, this is like one of my favorite dishes of the summer. It's actually a burrata cheese that we whip together. So it's very nice and creamy with some, you know, we really what goes together grows together. So we have some beautiful stone fruits over here, cherries, plums, and peaches. And it goes very well with some cherry tomatoes that are marinated with a little cherry and espelette. We also have a little pistachio gremolata. And just to pair it, to elevate the dish, we bring some like the best ham in the world, which is the jamón ibérico pata negra. So, you know, it's a no-miss.
Well, where does some of the best ham in the world come from, Chef?
Well, this is the one from the Dehesa Desert in Spain, where the pigs are free to roam and they only eat acorn squash. No acorn squash, acorn, sorry.
So it's in a desert. The pigs are raised in a desert and they only eat acorns.
Acorn squash. So the fat content of this is unique. Yeah. And it's going to pair really well with the sweetness and the acidity of the tomatoes and the creaminess of the burrata. So this is one of the best sellers and most popular dishes at the Jardinier.
I guess they like the acorns.
Yeah, they.
I mean, is it like a hash, like a mash? Do you know what it is?
No, I think the acorns, they eat them whole and then they process them, and the acorn has a lot of nutrients that they just store in their body as fat. Yeah. And that's how we get such a, you know, they call it happy pigs as well. So
they're happy pigs. Well, I mean, you know, acorns, they're nuts, they're natural, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're good for you. Now, DeLeon, tell everybody, in case you're not familiar with Le Jardinier, but there is an extraordinary legacy, an international legacy associated with this restaurant. There are several around the world, but share for our viewers a little bit of the history behind Le Jardinier, please.
Absolutely.
While I eat.
Of course. Please enjoy. So Le Jardinier, it's a French forward restaurant, which we do a lot of source of ingredients. We're very focused on seasonality. It's one of our key pillars, and obviously finishing with some French techniques. We now have 4 Le Jardiniers all over the world, as you have mentioned. The original or the first location was in New York City back in 2019, then followed right by in Miami at the Design District. We opened a second location. Our third location is in Geneva, inside of the Woodward Hotel. And then we're very fortunate to be here at the Museum of Fine Art.
Yeah.
So we're very excited. We have great partners. You know, this is such a beautiful space, as you can see. Stunning view, great food, great company.
And kind of unique compared to the other Le Jardinier locations, because this is inside a museum here in Houston. Yep.
And we try to treat, even though we have our core values and the food, it has some standards, but we try to really cater to each community. So Miami is going to be slightly different. Houston, it's summer almost all year long. You know, New York has all the 4 seasonalities, and so is Geneva. So it's very unique in certain ways.
Let me guess. Houstonians like big portions.
I'll let Chef.
No, I think you know,
everything is bigger and better in Texas. So.
It is, but you know, I think we just take the plate as a canvas, and here in the museum, and we just try to express ourselves on the plate without being stingy. You know, like I think giving is like one of the things that hospitality is all about. So I'm sure you will not leave hungry coming out of here. You will not just fill your soul, but also your body as well.
Oh my goodness, I love that. He's using the plate as a canvas.
Oh my!
Did you just come up with it just now?
No. I've become an artist at the museum.
Yeah,
He's been working at the web page for a long time now.
I can see the artwork is paying off. All right, let's go on back over to the Foodie Cam. Remember, menus go live tomorrow, and I guarantee you, folks are already making their reservations for Le Jardinier for this summer. Chef, what are we looking at?
Please, if you want to try this wonderful dish, please make your reservation. Here we have another piece of art. Actually, it's on a golden plate that we love. So this is our citrus cure Orakin salmon. So we try to do like something raw with a fish, but at the same time very nicely done. So actually, salmon, the colors in the color palette goes very well with melon. So you're gonna see some Parisian melon in there, and then a little bit of creme fraiche, just to bring together everything about the fat, and some marinated cucumbers, just to like bring some freshness into the plate. You know, we have great add-ons on our restaurant week menu as caviar. You can definitely put some Royal Kaluga caviar on your plate. That is gonna just elevate your experience and make you feel you're dining at a Michelin star place.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and we should mention that this is a recent Michelin selection. Yes, right. the newest, but not your first. You have many others. Yes,
we do. So Le Jardinier last year was the Michelin Guide's announcement to the Texas region, and we're very proud to gain our star. Yes. You know, it's a great work and effort of Chef Felipe and his team, alongside with our director of culinary, Chef Alonso Zorioli. So we're very proud of that, and you know, we're gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, and can I just say, you know, coming from a culinary broadcasting family, thank you. You know, thank you for bringing this, because you know, we have a lot in Houston. I think Houston's the most competitive food city in the world, but you know, coming to Houston, you're offering diners and guests and visitors just another level, you know, that maybe they didn't expect. And that's been a little bit of the struggle here in Texas. Like, we can play the big game, y'all. We can play the Super Bowl. And so when y'all come to town, it really helps, you know?
You know, I think it's one of the things that we care very much is about our client, you know, their feedback. And for us to be part of the second year with the Houston Restaurant Week, it's really an honor. And as you can see, Chef Felipe takes very seriously every dish that he does.
I can see. I mean, you might lose him. He might be going to art school next. You know, he's going to become an artist here. All right, let's go back on over to the Foodie Cam while I eat most of this and take a look at another item that will be featured on the Le Jardinier's Houston Restaurant Week's menu 2025. Chef, what are we looking at?
Le Jardinier is all about seasonality. So over here we have a delicious Cornbalute with some grilled shrimp and grilled corn. So it's gonna pair really well with the cilantro, a little bit of espelette, a little bit of even the shrimp oil. And it's just like a velvety corn fantasy in your mouth.
Corn fantasy delight.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, corn goes very well with shellfish. That's why we decided to put Gulf shrimp from the Gulf of Mexico. And just we believe that just simple ingredients, but done correctly, are wonderful in itself. So this is a showcase of that. Just simply pure corn.
And I love dishes like this at restaurants like this, because oftentimes I can't tell the difference between that and a dessert, because corn is one of those fun items that you can really, I'm kind of corny. You're corny.
I am too.
You're corny.
Yeah,
You're very corny.
It's such a beautiful dish for the summer.
It is beautiful. Oh, we're going to make sure that it doesn't fall. Now, Felipe, you're kind of new to Houston now. You've been here for a few years. Yeah. How are you finding it?
I mean, we really love it in here. As you mentioned earlier, we bring something new to the table, new to Houstonians. We wanted to share what we know and our experience with food. We wanted to share with the Houston community. So it's been really, and we have received very well received from the community. I think the food scene in Houston is growing so much. And other places like New York, Miami, where you feel competence. It's more about embracing Houston, embracing the state of Texas.
It is a little different, though, wouldn't you say? The cultures. I mean, we like to think here in Houston that we are the best city in the world. We'll just go on record saying that. But I feel like the dining cultures are just a little bit different. What are some of the differences that you've noticed in some of the other big cities?
Yeah, one thing that we have noticed, we have Le Jardinier now for about 4 years in Houston. The Houstonians truly knows about their food. And you have such a great variety, as Chef was mentioning. So I think we just came here to kind of supplement something that was already existing. So I think that is what the Houston is about, right? Like you have different pockets that we discovered. Chef and I, we moved here pretty much at the same time 4 years ago. So, it's like a lot listening to the community, try to embrace what that is. We have this philosophy that, we're originally from New York. You got to leave your New York attitude at the airport once you walk to Houston. So, we truly embrace Houston as our home, and we're very excited to be here.
You're probably a little surprised too, right? At all of what he just talked about. I mean, I know I was when I moved here when I was little from New York. I thought I was going to be riding a horse to school every day. I didn't understand that locomotive, technology existed out west when we're on the East Coast. So we were very surprised too. I'm sure you were as well.
Yeah, I mean, being actually, it can feel in Houston a little bit from the East and the West Coast, but just in the center and we're great, but nobody bothers you. We're doing our own thing, and we're excelling in what we do. Here at the museum, with so many restaurants opening, with so much talent coming to Houston and the state, it's a statement of what the state has been doing for the population.
So many people, take care of each other. Well, we are certainly glad that y'all are here. We hope you stick around for a long time. And this is why they're going to stick around, because they're going to eat the food on the foodie cam. Oh my goodness. All right, Chef, what are we looking at?
All right. Well, we continue with corn. And this is one of, the dishes that I was hesitated to put on the menu. But once it came on the menu, people love it and they rave about it. It's a corn risotto with a little bit of French cheese, actually mimolette cheese, and basically it's an explosion of flavors with some pickled peppers on top that are growing in season right now, and then the greens that you can see on top is also corn shoots, and the black dots, it's actually the Mexican truffle. It's with huitlacoche, so it's gonna be the fungi of the corn. That is a luxury item to have. So we decided to put some little dots in here, and the combination of everything, it just translates to like a cornfield. This one is a no-miss.
You were talking up this risotto a little earlier, so I'm excited to try it. The other thing I want to notice, Chef, and ask you is, I've noticed recently a little bit more of the dressing up of risotto. For me, risotto has always been a very traditional dish, sometimes garnished with some truffle,
Yeah.
But that was
Mhm.
it. And just recently in the last year or so, I've seen a lot more color added and a lot more ingredients added. Is that something you've noticed? Is that intentional?
I think, within cooking, like we have seen the traditional, we haven't tried the traditional,
Mhm.
and we just take it to bring it to another level.
Mm.
So I mean, a risotto with plain truffles on top is the best thing also in the world. Don't get me
Sure.
wrong, but you want to explore new ingredients, new combinations, new dishes. So this is
Is
one
that a
of
little
them.
pesto in there? Even a little
No, that's
jelly?
some
Oh
that's some
no.
green oil
Oh,
that
green oil. Oh,
that we
okay.
put on our
Yeah.
plates.
Yeah.
Just to evocate the nature that inspire our dishes
Mm.
all the time.
Oh.
Delicious,
Yeah.
isn't it?
A corn risotto, y'all. I have had some outstanding food this week. Seriously, I was at Tavola. I
That's
had some
right.
incredible, which is one of your sister restaurants, also participating in Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Yeah.
That menu will be live tomorrow. But y'all, that pesto pasta.
Yeah.
Who's
Oh, the
responsible for that? Oh my goodness.
You know, it's a collaboration of our chefs, right?
Yeah.
But the truffle pesto that you can add the shrimps. That's such a great dish. Such a great dish.
Okay, this is an outstanding dish. Is this on your menu year round, or is this mostly a summer dish?
No, we're a seasonal restaurant, so
Mhm.
we actually listen to the nature and we go what with the nature has to tell us.
Mhm.
And I guess this summer tells us like, okay, we gotta go with corn, and
Yeah.
we're in the south. Corn is a big thing down here. So this is gonna be actually just in the summer. What I love about this is vegetarian. It can be made
Ooh,
vegan. It's
yeah.
gluten free. It's
Good
made
point.
with local ingredients, with corn. And with Carolina Gold Rice Risotto as well from Texas.
Mhm.
So it's a non-missing restaurant week
Sure.
dish.
And you bring up a good point too, in that because you are such a seasonal restaurant, does that mean that dishes that a diner has, let's say in February, are probably not going to be on the menu in October? Is that
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a sad part, but it's also a
Yeah.
good part. But it gets it keeps us entertained, keeps
Mhm.
the guests entertained and engaged with us.
Yep.
Because we're always evolving.
Sure.
Like I say, we listen to nature, and whatever nature gives us, that's
Sure.
what we put on the plate.
Yeah.
And we just try to treat ingredients with respect.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Love it.
give a good plate.
Love it. Yeah, absolutely. I love that. So it's a good pointer to know and good to remember is that
It is.
even with Houston Restaurant Weeks, you might have a dish, you might find a dish, but then if you come back a few months later, it might not be there.
Yeah.
But you can always tell them. You can always say, "Oh, I remember that corn dish in the summer. Can you please have it back?" And maybe next year it makes an appearance on the menu.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, let's go on over back to the foodie cam.
So this is actually gonna be our beef course on the restaurant week menu. So we have a wonderful filet mignon with some aubergine or eggplant mousse, some nice wonderful eggplant chips on top, some broccolini, and a little salsa verde on top just to bring it all together. This is one a delicious beef, like eggplant, beef, rapini, all really goes together.
Well, Chef, you said eggplant mousse. And so I'm your best friend for life at this point because I cannot ingest too much. I mean, like puree, even like I love the
Mhm.
puree, just
Yeah.
really soft and little seasoned. Oh, now
That's why we don't put so much.
I don't know how to make it. Don't ask me how to make it, but oh my goodness, yes.
Such a beautiful
So
dish.
this is the eggplant
That's
mousse
the
right
eggplant
here. I'm going right for the mousse.
Well, it's okay. You don't have to make it. Just come to us. We will make all these things for you.
Oh my goodness.
Just leave the cooking in our hands.
And it's the perfect amount. It's the perfect placement. It's a beautiful dish. You really are creating art back there. I can see because I've been watching your dishes. I see your dishes on Instagram. So I've been watching. I've seen.
Yeah,
Very colorful
we
and
just,
beautiful.
like I said, this is our canvas.
Yeah.
And we express ourselves in there. Being in the museum, really get inspired by different artists, and that's
Mhm.
also why we have culinary canvas. That is a collaboration with the museum, where they have an exhibition, and they ask us to come out with a dish, cocktail, or dessert.
I love
So it's a big
that.
hit.
I had no idea. That's so great.
Yes.
At least
So-
about 5 or 6 times a year, right, Chef?
Yeah.
We're always collaborating with different canvas that comes to the museum, and Chef and his team does a great job really creating the dishes into art.
Sure.
It's such a
Oh
beautiful
my
thing.
gosh, what an incredible collaboration. Another reason that Houston is so special. Let's go right on back to the foodie cam. We are taking a look at some of the dishes that you can make a reservation on Open Table to get this incredible
Wow.
menu in August. What are we looking at, Chef?
I don't think there is no lunch without a burger. So this is our Wagyu beef Texas burger. So it's actually made in a rolled bread with a little bit of a tartar sauce or beef sauce, we call it over here, with a little pickled red onions and some Gruyere cheese, accompanied by some like pomme de fins. My trademark from French fries over here in Houston.
This is your version of the French fry.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta try them, and then
Now I'm so interested, Chef. What's some of your go-to food spots here, other than Tavola and Le Jardinier,
yes,
of course?
anytime.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I love. Go
Like a
for
churro.
it. Yeah.
It's like a churro.
It's the best pomme de fin you're gonna have.
So I'm gonna do it plain first.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
Some of the best places that I go to a lot to Bel Air, to a lot of
Chinatown.
Chinatown.
Yes, we have really good Chinatown.
It's
really good.
Yeah.
It's a no miss. I really love our friends at Novice.
Nobies, yeah.
Yeah, Novice.
Yeah.
Our friends at BCN and Matt, they do like
Mm.
beautiful some Spanish food.
Mhm.
And you cannot miss the barbecue places, of course.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every week.
Now, what is this sauce though? Because this is very good. Again.
Yeah, well, that's a mayonnaise that is based with a poblano pepper.
Oh,
So
okay.
poblano peppers there is a lot of peppers growing right now in the
Mhm.
summer. And there is a lot of Mexican tradition here in Houston. So they use a lot of poblano peppers, and I just had the idea to take that poblano pepper and put it into like a mayonnaise to make it a little spicy and
It makes the mayonnaise much better.
It does.
Like really, like I would
It's like a spicy mayo.
I would use this for like a tuna sandwich mayo,
Yeah,
even, just kind of spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you can. That's the beauty of ingredients. You can have infinite number of combinations, and you can never go wrong with food.
All right. I love listening to him talk about this stuff. Let's go back on over there. They're telling me we got more food, but I just want to hear him talk. All right, Chef, what are we looking at?
All right. Well, with this Texas heat, nothing better than an ice cream. And this is our plant-based ice cream that is actually vegan. So we have 3 flavors. We have pistachio, we have coffee, and we have chocolate. So definitely, it's a no-miss for desserts at Le Jardinier. Plant-based, vegan.
Desserts, I think, are one of the most important courses. I mean, I say that, but I say it tongue in cheek, but I also say it strategically because it is the last thing. I mean, you as a chief operating officer have to be thinking about these things, and as a chef too. It's the last thing that your diner is tasting. It's the last impression. How important is that?
It's very important. I mean, that's why we take it, into the next level. If I may say, as the chef mentioned, it's a plant-based, right? So it's a stunning ice cream, and it's one of our, big hits, right? It's one of our signatures, and every Le Jardinier has the same ice cream. So,
okay. So there is some consistency among some of the menu items. That's really interesting to know that it's in the dessert. Maybe somebody knows what they're doing over there. Who knows? All right, I'm going in.
Yeah,
so which one is this?
That's the coffee one.
Coffee. It's good that there's nobody in here today because I get a little loud.
It's
stunning. Creamy.
Wait a minute. I haven't tasted. Wait a minute. It's very creamy and very espresso.
And there is no dairy in there.
Oh my goodness. So what is your base?
Well, we use some almond milk.
Almond milk, yeah.
And just a lot of
that helps with the creaminess.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Creaminess and just great ingredients. Our peach tart. So on the bottom we have some pastry cream, some raspberry jam, and on top we have a peach jelly. Peaches are going right now in the season, so it's a no-miss for summer.
I just finished that pistachio ice cream. Oh my goodness, that was really good. Do people try to take ice cream home? Do they want to buy it?
Oh no, we're always in the kitchen.
Always in the kitchen,
passing it around.
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. All right, you guys, we got one more to take a look at on the Foodie Cam. One more dessert.
And for those chocolate lovers, we have our Balona chocolate dessert. So on the bottom there is a chocolate cremant, some chocolate crumble, white chocolate ice cream, a Savaillon that is made with beaten eggs and sugar, and a nice chocolate tuile. So this is another dish that if you love chocolate, you gotta have it.
You guys are just creating such exquisite dishes and with such care and compassion and empathy. And I really just thank you. And thank you for supporting the food bank. And thank you for supporting Houston Restaurant Weeks and for also taking care of our community. Y'all, this is certainly one of the menus that you want to make a reservation at. We will see you guys next time on another episode of Foodies and Friends.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Oh my
Thank you,
gosh,
Katie.
I have